Like, my mind not thinking. That's all I can say. My mind not thinking. My mind going straight from A to Z. Like, I got this revenge mapped out. I need you, if you need to talk to me, you need to text me. You need to call, but don't you come by here no more. Don't you bring your tail through this. Don't come over here knocking on nothing. What? I'm trying to see, man. I ain't never had that. Everybody wanna be usual. Let me stop playing with y'all. Welcome back, Jews and Jems, to my channel. We're here with another story time. I thought I was gonna give y'all this one video, but I'm gonna say that video. I'm gonna give y'all this video because y'all want this video. So, as you can see by the title, I was a bad babysitter. Let's get into it. If you're new to my channel, my name is Shaye. I go by just Shaye. Well, I don't go by just my channel name is just Shaye. I go by Shaye. I do story times, day in life, travel vlogs, try on hauls, and I used to do stripper vlogs. So, I'm scared to tell the story time, I'm not gonna lie, because of some of the people that's involved in this story time very much still alive and breathing, and also I very much still talk to the people, not the person, but the people that I babysit for. I love them to pieces. They're my world. So, some of you guys do not know. Oh, let me slow down. Make sure if you're new that you like, comment, subscribe. If you are returning jewel or gem, ladies, gentlemen, make sure your post notification bell is on. This rubber band, it's hard for me to talk. But to my two live crew, what it do? So I'm gonna be talking a little bit weird because this rubber band is really tight and my wires have been outgrowing and scraping the sides of my mouth. So I have a lot of cuts on this side from the rubber band pulling the wire and closing up the spaces. That hurts so bad. So I do apologize if I'm not talking normally. But yeah, let's jump right into the story time. So this story started when I was 16. And I say started because he has other story times on my channel. You guys just don't know that this is who I'm referring to. If you want to look at one of the story times where I'm actually talking about him, go back to the story time from 2019 or 20, where I talked about the first time I tried butt stuff. This is him. So I was 16 years old when I met him. I had only had, let's sugarcoat it real quick. I only had hot dog, diggity dog one time with one other person before. And as you guys know, I did tell that story about how that went, and the guy ended up moving. And like not even 2 months later, I found out that he had a baby on the way with another girl. I was heartbroken. I wanted revenge, and I thought, oh, if I use my body, I can get even. So I'm just trying to put y'all in the headspace of how I was just like trying to, at that time at 16, thinking that, oh, my body is my revenge. So let's fast forward. Some of you guys may not know, I was a babysitter for these adorable little children I helped raise, and they're wonderful little babies. Right now they're still minors, but and I babysat them from the age of, was it 15? I want to say 16, but it could be 15. All the way until like the year before I left for college, right? So like 18-ish on and off, because what happened was my sister ended up taking my place because I was doing a lot. I was working. Yeah, I had a real job. I was doing a step team. I was applying for colleges. I was still going out to state doing college tours. I had got busy when I had turned 18, so I couldn't really be their babysitter. So my sister, we kind of just swapped places. So at this time, I was fresh. I was kind of new to babysitting the kids, and they were really a lot much younger than what they were by the end of my career babysitting, right? And normally what I would do, it was a weekend, I would go check the mail. I'll let the boys hang out outside, get a little bit of cardio outside, run around, play with their scooters, their bicycles, just, you know, whatever. If they wanted to go outside, went outside. And if they didn't, they want to play their game all day. Shoot, long as when it's lunchtime, y'all eat something. And when it's time to wash up, y'all get in the showers, y'all wash up, and y'all go to bed. So about this time, it was probably going on 2, 3 o'clock. And normally, the youngest one, it's about time for his nap. And then the older two, they would lock themselves in the room and be playing. I think Fortnite was really, really popping, like, heavy at this time. So they're locked in the room, and I'm like, okay, whatever. Let me go ahead and go check the mail. The way the mail was set up at this house, the mail, just like where I live right now, the mail is not in front of my actual home. I walk across the street to get my mail. So same way that house is set up, I would have to go across the street where the other houses were at, and like 4 mailboxes would be lined up. So the 2 on that side and the 2 on this side, and then it just keeps going all the way down the block the same way, right? So the mailbox is only on the right side of the neighborhood, which makes it easier for mailmen, I guess. But yeah. So at this time, there was this house across the street, and I never really seen a lot of people over there. It would be these 2 cars in the yard, and I seen an older lady there once, but I never seen anybody else there. And this one car was listed on big 20, 30, 40, 50. I don't know what size rims, but they were humongous, right? And I seen that car there, but I never seen nobody in the car. I never seen somebody pull up, get out the car, nothing, right? So this day I have to walk across the street to get the mail. The kids are inside, the little one's down for a nap, and this dude, he coming out the door, and he's like, "Hey, what's up with you?" Like, I can't even give y'all the accent because my mouth hurts so bad. And I'm like, first of all, caveat, the mail at their house would stay full, like so much mail would come to their house. So I'm trying to get all the mail out. He's walking to the mail. He like, "Hey, what's up with you? Like, what's up with you, LaShawn?" And I'm like, "Sir, please." Like, I was sassy even when I was 16. I'm like, "Sir, please, I don't even know you. I'm just trying to get the mail. I don't want no problems, right?" So he like, "Nah, you kind of cute, whatever. My name." We gotta give him a nickname. He probably don't even watch YouTube, but I can't tell y'all the name because I don't know who know who, and I don't know who know me. So dang, I can't. I want to say his name so accidentally. Spider. We'll call him Spider. So he like, "My name's Spider," right? And so another story time is why y'all hear that story time eventually. That's how he's getting this nickname, right? So he like, "My name's Spider," whatever. And I'm like, I look up from grabbing all this mail out the mailbox, mouth full of goes at all the way across, like all the way down here. Like when he smiled, he just got the 6 in the front. No, it's like all the way back there. So I'm like, oh my God, what you got going on? You got to be a thug. This your guy? He like, "Yeah, this my car, this my mama place. You know, I be coming over here, you know, I'm staying with her right now, you know what I'm saying? I be seeing you when I be sliding through, you know, sometimes you be out there with the little jits, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it just don't never really be no time for me to talk because I always see your people with you. So, you know what I'm saying? I seen you was coming to the mailbox, and I said, you know, let me go holler at her." I'm just like, oh, okay. By this time, I'm slowly walking back across the street. So the way the house was set up, he could have easily seen me come out the front door and had enough time to gather himself and come outside because the mailboxes was right in front of his house. And I was coming from way across the street on top of a hill at that. So the way the right side was set up, it was like level, but the left side was an incline. So all the houses on the left side, that's why the mailbox probably wasn't on that side, it was raised up. So when you pull into your driveway, if you didn't back in, or even if you did back in, you still would have to pull your brake lever, right? So I'm coming down an incline on top of me coming from across the street. So if he's telling the truth, he had more than enough time to take me about 3 to 4 minutes to get actually across the street. So I'm like slowly starting to walk back across the street because I can tell he's older. Like, I can tell he's not in his 20s, older. I'm 16. Like, you know, so at this time, the oldest dude I had ever dealt with was the 20-year-old. And all my friends still knew him because he had just graduated when we were still in school. And a lot of my people that I was cool with, their brother, you know, went to school with him. So it wasn't like so far removed. Oh, excuse me. Versus this guy, I know probably don't, none of my people even know this man unless they my folks, like my aunts, uncles and stuff. So I'm just like, yeah, let me keep on pushing. So I'm steady walking across the street. He steady following me. He steady trying to, man, well, you know what I'm saying? My name's Spider, like, you know, da-da-da-da. I think you cute or whatever. Like, let me get your number or something. And I'm like, at this time, Instagram and Snapchat was not, like, the main thing you would give somebody to communicate with them. Like, you would in school and Kik. Now, Kik, yeah, Kik got me in a lot of trouble. But, like, you wouldn't be like, oh, get my Snapchat. Like, that wasn't the thing. That was more 2018, 2019 when people started getting sneaky for real. But, like, 2012? When I was 16? Yeah, 2012. I was 16 years old. So, it's like, that wasn't even the thing. Like, people had Snapchat, and Snapchat was growing. Instagram was growing, but it wasn't like private DM, stuff like that. So I'm just like, nah, you can give me your number and I'll see whatever. But I have to go back inside. I'm supposed to be babysitting. I can't be sitting out here talking to you. I don't know what's going on in there. Because they would still, even though they would lock themselves in the room, they would very much still come out and say, Shaye, can we have corn dogs? Can we have this? Can you cook me this? Like, you know, it wasn't like they in their room for hours and hours and hours and I never hear from them. I would be sitting in the living room watching TV or playing, not even playing a game, but on my computer or something, and they would very much still, like, every hour or 30 minutes, they would come out to use the bathroom, or they would just come out and they was fighting. He did this and they did that. He didn't let me take my turn. And it's like, all right, come on, calm down. Let's go inside of the room. Let me see what happened. You know, like, it was always something. So I was never just chilling, you know, unless it was nighttime after they had them bathed. So, or nap time. Because you taking a nap around here. Y'all done been up since 7. Somebody going to sleep. And your parents ain't coming home until 11 o'clock at night. So, please, Carisha. So, I'm like, I really need to get back in there because I don't know what's going on. And I got these little kids in here. So, he's like, okay, this is my number. Again, my name's Spider. Don't forget. Like, he like, just was, and to this day, I can't forget this man's name because he used to just say it so much. Even when we would rekindle things, like, if I gave him my text-free number, he'd be like, lock me in. This, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, boy, nigga, I know. So, anyways, I go inside, and I'm cleaning up, and, you know, they in there having fun, playing a game. It was a more so very quiet day, right? So, I'm just thinking to myself, like, I wonder how old he is. Because what if he's not even that old? Now, I'm talking to myself, convincing myself it's okay. So, I'm just like, maybe he's not that old. Like, what if he's, like, in his late 20s or 20s? Like, maybe I could just be assuming he's old, and he's not even old, right? Why did I tell myself that? Because then next thing you know, I'm texting him like, so how old are you? I should have never texted this man this, because it just spiral, right? Now, next thing you know, I'm cooking brownies, I'm cooking this, I'm in the kitchen. I used to cook a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all remember my little cooking times that I tried to do on my channel at one point. That didn't work. But, like, so I'm in the kitchen, I'm cleaning up, and I've started cooking and baking some cookies, whatever. And I still remember this. And we just texting. I'm throwing clothes in the laundry, and I'm sitting out in the garage, and I'm texting. I'm upside down. I'm in the back patio. Baby, I'm walking all up and down the halls, up just cheesing, talking to the man that's right across the street. So, girl, here we go. I'm like, he was like, man, I really want to come over there and hang out with you. I'm like, I can't do that. I'm babysitting. I was like, I'm not gonna let nobody come in their house. I've already told them that I would never let nobody come in their house, so you can't come over here. So he's like, nah, man, I don't even gotta come in there. Maybe I could just hang out with you on the back patio or whatever. I'm like, nah, I can't do that. And he was like, well, we can still keep talking. So we was talking some more, So then all of a sudden the conversation just flipped. He telling me, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to have you this way, that way, flip this, that. He telling me all the things that he wants to do to me. Now at this time, again, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I'm finna plot revenge. This dude done got this other girl. He done moved, and now he living with this girl, and he got a baby by her. I'm finna make him jealous. I'm finna pop out with this dude. He's gonna get jealous. Like, my mind not thinking you don't even know him. Like my mind not thinking, what if he don't even want to? Like, my mind not thinking. That's all I can say. My mind not thinking. My mind going straight from A to Z. Like, I got this revenge mapped out. He on me bad, right? Stupid little girl. So I'm like, okay, whatever. You cannot come inside, but I normally feed them about this time, and they normally get sleepy. Depending if it's like late, and they've been on the game all day, about 8 o'clock. But that's way too late for you to come over here, and I'm finna just go ahead and tell them to stay in their room. The little one is actually still asleep, because he used to be knocked. The little one, oh baby, when he took his nap, he'll talk to you at 6. I'm like, I had to go in there, put my hand on his neck, you know? So I'm like, I'm gonna let them know that they can't come out of their room for like an hour, and you can come over here, we can chill on the back. So, okay, so he comes over. I'm getting chills even telling the story. I'm getting scared. So he comes over, we chill on the back, whatever, we talking. He's so animated. To this day, he's still very much animated. So he's so animated. He like, yeah, do this, and I do this and that. And he telling me he got kids. And I'm just like, oh, kids. So, because, you know, I'm thinking like, I'm 16. You know, no. So, now look at me, 25. Went to activity, got kids. So, I just like, oh, okay, whatever. He was like, man, after like maybe, I think it was like maybe 10 minutes of us joking and laughing on the back patio, I'll go back inside to just check on the kids, make sure everything is okay. And I'm like, are y'all doing okay? Everything all right? They're like, yeah, Miss Shaye, yeah, we're good. So I'm like, okay, you know, I'm just checking in, make sure you ain't hurting yourself, or y'all okay. So they're like, okay, whatever. They don't even turn around. First of all, they locked in. They could play this game from sun up to sundown every day and would never get bored. So I go back out on the back patio. He like, man, stop playing. Like, you might as well just let me come at least in the garage. Like, they not even coming out their room. Just let me come through the garage. And I'm like, okay, dumb bitch. We sitting in the garage for like all of 5 minutes. He started talking to stuff. He was talking in the text message. So, you know, you might as well just go ahead and let me just do this, do that. So I'm just like, no, I ain't really want to do all that. Because one, I just was like, you got to play hard to get. And then two, I was like, scared. So I already let you technically in their house. You know, even though like you're not in the actual house, you're just in the garage area. The garage still leads to the house, nigga. So I just like, I was scared. So yeah, long story short, here we go. I let him do it. So he is, again, we have to sugarcoat some things. So he has the cookie in his hands and he's eating it. And so then he turns to me like after 2 minutes, 3 minutes, like let me switch you and put you in a different way, right? So he sits on the couch and then he tells me to like go upside down basically, but like in front of him. So like I need somebody here. I can't really explain it. So like this is him sitting this way, and like I sit on his lap and then turn around. So like my junk in the trunk is facing him, but also he can hold the cookie right in his face and eat it that way. So I'm like, oh my God, let me make sure this connecting door is locked. Like, locked. So, oh girl. I don't know if it's because I was a rookie, a newbie. I was only on my second body. I don't know, because baby, I was in heaven. And by this time, I wasn't like a screamer yet, like how I am now and in college. Like, but I was just like, oh my God, this is heaven. This is so good. So then he, of course, convinced me or swindled me, or I was conveyed to give up the box. So the Girl Scout cookies were on sale and I gave them away. So he do the, the licking of the good stuff and the bad stuff and all in between, and then all that good stuff comes on out, right? Because I can't talk how I want to talk, because you two want to be PBS kids and shit. So there's not PBS kids, they want to be PBS. But yeah, I gotta sugarcoat it, so let's sugarcoat it. So we get we get it in on the couch. I'm sorry. So I can't really explain. It was big. It's still big. But for me to only have one other person, that person was not as well endowed as this person, it was very painful. It was very painful. And on top of that, it was like, oh, I forgot. First time I ever got my booty ate. This guy. So when he got me upside down in front of him, licking my derriere, he's looking like he's holding my thighs like this, and he's like going crazy. All of that is just giving what it needs to give. He's cleaning the whole plate, like from the front to the back, to the front to the back, over and over. And I'm like, I'm going crazy in this bitch. Like, what? I'm trying to see, man. I ain't never had that. So I just like, wow. So I think I was just so like in awe of how advanced he was, that I, slipped into the downward dog. We did that, right? He leaves and he steady texts me like, oh, you gonna be mine. So I'm eating it up because I'm thinking like, I got away with a murder. Just the other day I was out in Miami. I got the Lolos on the purse, Lolos on them Zannies. No chitty chatty. So I'm just like, okay, so I'm eating it up. The people come home. I'm staying out with there, right? So I'm sitting out. We text all night long. So the next day come, I'm babysitting again, right? They go to church. And girl, why he come knocking at the door? I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you coming knocking at the door? You ain't never knocked these people up before. What are you doing here? Stop it. If you need to talk to me, you need to text me. He's like, oh yeah, you want to respond to something. I'm trying to see if you want to hang out again today. And I'm like, they gonna be home in like less than an hour. You need to leave from out this front yard and don't come knocking on the door again. Because when they was today, the kids was in the living room. They was not in the back room on their TV. They were in the big TV today. And so when he knocked on the door, one of them had came to the window to see who it was. And he's like, oh, Miss Shaye, there's a guy out front. And it's like, they can talk. So I don't need them saying, oh, Shaye was talking to some dude at the front door for a little bit and he said XYZ, because these are not 2-year-olds. These is almost 8 years old and they can talk. You know what I'm saying? 5, 7, 8. You know what I'm saying? I need you not to do that. So I'm like, I stepped out of the door. I said, you need to leave from right here. You're going to fuck around and get me in trouble. I need you, if you need to talk to me, you need to text me. You need to call, but don't you come by here no more. Don't you bring your tail through this. Don't come over here knocking on nothing. You get on out of here for master see you. So then he left, right? Not even 30 minutes. Fuck that. Not even 10 minutes later, they come down the street, pulling in the driveway. Like they barely missed him. So then when he seen them pull in, he gonna talk about, LOL, I guess you was right. They was coming around the corner. I would have got you caught. Like, yeah, motherfucker, you would have got me caught. Fuck is you talking about? This can't be an everyday occurrence. Like, first, I don't even live over here. Second of all, I'm just helping my people out, and I'm already in the wrong because I ain't even supposed to have you over here. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even supposed to know these people's business like this. I'm dead fucking wrong right now, and you come up here acting like we in a whole relationship. So, the weekend goes past. The nigga was crazy. So, be careful what you wish for. Because he would not stop doing that. Like, he would come to the back gate, knocking at the back gate, trying to get my, like, oh my God, it was exhausting. Like, if I was not texting back fast enough, or he wanted to see me, or he seen them leave and he knew I was there, oh, he would pop up, like, come knock on the door, or say, oh, I'm by the back patio, or like, not the actual back patio, like the door. And I'm just like, bro, you need to stop. Like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? This little young tenderoni is popping, but you're gonna get me in trouble. Like, you're gonna make me lose my job, because there's only so many lies. If they start talking and saying stuff, there's only so many lies I can say before they stop believing me and start putting the pieces together. So then he finally got the hint, and he eased up on the coming over shit. So then he actually got his own place. When he got his own place, oh, now he want to pick me up when I'm not babysitting and shit. So I would go walk around, I would tell my mama I want to go over to their house, and then I would tell them, like, a couple hours being there, I'm gonna go walk around the block, or I would just leave and go walk around the block, because at that point I'm like 16, 17, you know, they didn't really care as long as you just come back home, whatever. I grew up in the era of before the street lights came on, so I could walk to Mexico and back, but them street lights better not be on when I'm back. You know what I'm saying? So I would just walk around the block, whatever, and then he'll drive around the block, he'll drive 2 streets down, and I would get in the car with him, and then we go to his place, right? So I can't tell y'all the first experience when I had going to his spot, because then it's gonna give you the reason. That's too much. I want to tell y'all that story time of how he got the nickname of Spider, because it was a lot going on in his first apartment, right? But very much so, the nigga was too stunned to speak, because I really had to shake this man. It wasn't until I stopped babysitting, like when I was 17, is when he finally, like, let me go, right? Not really necessarily let me go, but stop being a pest for real. But let me tell you, even to this day, I just seen him last year. I was taking my girl. I hate living where I live at sometimes, because so many people just be seeing me do regular stuff, like get out my car, get in my car, check my mailbox. Like, in this area, and he still live on this side of town. So I guess one day he seen me, he said he seen me washing my car, which I have not done since that day, because some people was watching me. You know, they see a big blanco in some wet clothes, and they just slow their car down. So I ain't got a lot of attention that day that I didn't want. So I guess he might have been in the car, one of those cars that drove past when I was washing my car, right? And so then tell me why the next, like, week or two, he come knocking on my front door in this big, bulky, big red truck. And this before I had my Ring camera, so I can't even show y'all evidence. But yeah. And I'm like, looking through the window, I'm like, who the hell is this? So I go to my side door, because my side door I can see straight to my front door, and I look through the window, and it's him. And I'm like, how do this nigga find me? And he like, oh, I come up and I'm like, what do you want? And why do you know I live here? He was like, oh, I was driving by the other day, and I seen you was washing your car, and I told my homeboy we was driving back past, and I said, stop my little girl, my little gal, she live here. The homeboy sitting in the car cheesing ear to ear. And I'm like, when's the last time I spoke to you? Mind you, y'all, this was last year, 2022, when he did this. So he like, man, you know you always been my little baby. He really had been trying to lock me in since I was 16. I'm not even gonna tell y'all his age, because he's over 10 years my senior. Over 10 years my senior, right? So imagine how he is right now. So I'm just like, and you still got 4 kids, sir. Please, no, I'm not doing that. And I tried to rekindle situations with him. I would give y'all the story time about Valentine's Day 2020. 2021 or 2019. No, it was 2019. Yeah, it was 2019 when I got my first apartment. He done been to my first apartment and then this apartment, and it's like I can't. So he's aggy, and he think he that for real. Like, he really do think he's that. Like, no, you're just a local tree man who still ain't grow up, and now you saying you got this lawn business where you shut up. But you still got a whole mouthful of goals. Those are permanent. I know for a fact your teeth are corroded underneath that. Like, I can't keep dealing with you. That was when I was young. I'm done. You know, he's a lot to deal with. And that's why I didn't really ever press to tell his story with a significance to it. Because I just tell little story times about him that y'all don't realize is body number 2, because I've never singled him out as body number 2. But yeah, like body number 2, body number 1, 2, and 3 was my most significant ones. After that, first of all, I couldn't even tell you number 4. I couldn't tell you number 6. I couldn't tell you nobody else after that up until just last year. Like, my mind did a mental switch off. When I got past 5, my mind said, you're a whore. And I shut the memory bank of the numbers off. Fuck the numbers. What's the STD results? Like, I don't give a, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you number 7, number 75, number 17, or number 71. I don't even know where we at. And for me to act holier than thou is a lie. It's a lie. Now, did I double back a lot once I came about, what age did I start doubling back for real? 20. When I got 20, I started doubling back because I was still in very low numbers, like on my hand, low numbers. So I would just double back to these people, right? That's why a lot of the story times is going to be repetitive of the same people. Oh, number 4 is high school sweetheart. Forgot. See how I didn't even know what number he fell under. So, like, you'll never hear me refer to them as body number this or body number that, because that wasn't their significance. Like, for me, he was just my number 2. I was trying to get even, and I got stuck with this fucking pest who wouldn't leave me alone. And not until I fell for number 3, which was the dude that proposed to me. So when I was young, I had real sauce in the game for real. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was going crazy behind me for real. Except for body number 1. He didn't give a fuck about me. But body number 2, 3, 4, and 5, they were like at a bidding war trying to get me. Like, nah, fuck that nigga, nah, fuck that nigga. You know what I'm saying? I really want you. So when I got to college, and because I had experienced that, it was so hard for me to adjust to being in college, and I think that's when I turned my meter on, because I realized, oh, niggas really don't cherish me for real. I'm just that in my city, and niggas want me real bad and trying to lock me in, want to marry me. You know what I'm saying? In my city, and yeah, and I got to college, and niggas was like, girl, you just a piece of pussy. And I had to realize, like, okay, well, if it's gonna be a game, let me be in charge. And that's when y'all get the rest of Once Upon a Time, not long ago, I was a Storytimes. But nah, I'm dragging it at this point. I'm dragging it. I'm done talking. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. It was a cute walk down memory. Yeah, it was. Lord, please don't let me see this man again. Thank you. And that was it. That's all. I hope you enjoyed it for real. Until next time, Jews and Jems.